Welcome to the Vandegrift Voice podcast. This is Sterling Goodwin. Today, I'm reporting a huge investment that Leander ISD made at the beginning of the school year, buying an interactive electronic board for every last classroom. They're meant to replace projectors as the primary method for teaching. The boards are a big change for seasoned teachers who have spent years using projectors. I got the chance to sit with Katie Shaw, an AP Statistics and AP Pre-Calculus teacher. How long have you been teaching at Vandegrift?
This is my 11th year teaching at Vandegrift.
How do you feel the electronic boards affect your teaching?
I actually like them a lot. I normally taught on the whiteboard, and so it's just like a whiteboard that actually saves all my notes. So it's been really useful in my opinion.
Do you think it was an easy transition into using them?
There was definitely a learning curve, for sure, but honestly, it was only like 2-3 days, and then you kind of got the rhythm of it, so it wasn't bad at all, in my opinion.
What were the flaws of not having them that you think needed to be fixed?
Again, when I taught on the whiteboard, it was kind of hard because then I'd erase it, and then it would disappear. Versus on the panel, it like saves everything that you write, so that's pretty nice. And then it kind of gets people up who used to just teach behind their desk, and so I think that's been useful for that as well.
What do you think the boards bring to the table?
Definitely, obviously, technology, because there's a really big push for using technology in classrooms. Once I get more comfortable with it, then I'll have students use it more. And so I think that just, like I said, technology in the classroom is always a good thing, so it's been useful.
However, some staff haven't known any different. Here's an interview I had with first-year teacher Soyoung Jang. How long have you been teaching here for?
So actually, that's a great question. It's actually the first year in Vandegrift. I did do a bunch of I did teach using the projectors in graduate school. So this is my first year in teaching Vandegrift.
How do you feel the boards affect your teaching?
So I use it very well, actually. But I always use the stylus to draw on it, and it's always super cool, just trying to project it without and just being able to touch it here instead of on the computer. So I think it's really useful. Initially I had trouble with it, trying to set it up. So I was trying to I was for some reason having trouble just connecting it, and then just having it just forgetting that I had it on, and then just start projecting the grade or something. So that was but that's just me. But I'm getting more used to it, and I think it's really useful as well. And just being able to go to the slides and Google Classroom over here instead of having to connect it. I think that makes it really good because I can use my computer at the same time while I'm projecting stuff. So I think that's really useful.
Did you have to go through a training process for these?
So I did go through a training process. It was kind of short. They told us how to connect, and there was 3 different ways to connect, and they were kind of showing us all this could do. We could even do we could literally be using camera. I didn't know that, and they told us kind of how to access all the apps that we need, and so they did go through the training. But
what do you think the flaws of the projectors would be that these would need to fix?
So projectors, I think sometimes whenever I'm projecting stuff, it's difficult to try to do other things at the same time. So it's I think whenever I'm trying to use computer and I'm projecting, it would be difficult for me to do take attendance or something like that. So I would need 2 computers.
Do you think the significant investment of these boards was worth it?
I was initially thinking no, because I heard that there were $8,000 or $9,000, and I was oh wow, this is like really expensive, and then I don't exactly know all the functions in it, so I couldn't really like utilize it very well initially. But I think as I'm getting used to it, like I can just draw on it. I can literally just like take pictures of the classrooms using this, or I can just like go to the internet and like search stuff in here while I'm doing other stuff. It's like, I think it is worth it. It's becoming worth it. So like initially I thought it wasn't, but after using it for a while, yes.
Of course, they're also a change for the students being taught. Senior James Park shares his thoughts. How do you think the boards affect your learning?
There's a lot of hesitance with the teachers. That's just because it's new. We're not really used to seeing them, so the teachers, sometimes they'll take a few minutes to figure it out. It's still helpful, but it feels different now that we're not using normal whiteboards anymore.
Why do you think they made such a big investment in them?
Everything is going online nowadays. The SAT, even the AP test, and I guess the school is trying to adapt. Those are my thoughts on it.
What other changes would you like the school to make?
For now, not really much. The only thing I would say is we don't really need the smart boards. I just don't think it's necessary.
What shortcomings do you think the school's facilities have?
No soap in the bathrooms.
What do you think the school's facilities do well?
I never really pay attention to what they do well. I just take it for granted. Keeping the hallways clean, I guess.
Thanks for listening, everyone. I'm Sterling Goodwin, and this has been the Vandegrift Voice Podcast. Check out the Voice website for more news and other stories regarding our school.